Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. I got these lights that I kind of love the way that they light up. Let me show you. See, they light up pretty cool, but they're controlled by this power with 4 AA batteries. I'm not a fan of having to use batteries all the time and have these lights looking good and kind of stretch out a bit, you know, look pretty nice, something that can keep for a while. But because they're battery operated, who wants to keep buying batteries? So what I want to do is I want to take this and get rid of these batteries and convert it. But the thing you got to do, so how can I use this to turn it on and off without using battery? These batteries are powered 1.5 volts each, if you never paid attention to it. So you need to find a power surge that you're not using that's close to 6. I found one like it's about 5. The output says that it's 5.0 volts, which is pretty cool for what I want to use. So all I got to do is take this tip, cut it off, and connect it to this. Now if I want to be able to continue to use the on and off switch, I'm going to have to take the batteries out. And if you didn't know about power, these things are daisy chained together in order for one to work with the other. If you look in there, you can see that there's a wire up in there that let you see. You look back there, and if you turn it over, there's a wire on this side. So that's usually the go-between the positive and the negative of how this works. But let's take it apart and get a better, thorough understanding of what's going on. So when you're looking at the battery in here, it lets you know what's the negative and what's the positive, so you know which sides to connect the wire to. If you notice, there's lines on the wire. Those lines usually let you know which is connected to the positive and which is connected to the negative. And you'll know if you got it right if it comes on. I always also recommend that when you're doing stuff like this, that you plug your cord into a power surge. So if something was to happen, it'll trip the circuit in the surge protector before it will mess up something in your house. And if you're really not familiar with how to operate electrical, I wouldn't recommend you doing this if you're not really familiar with how all of this works. Let's go. There we go. And the lights come on, so we know it's on. Switch off, switch on. So I will leave it on, take the batteries back out, then I will plug in my new source, and if it lights up, you know you got it right. There it is. We got power. So we solder these wires. So here's the next step. Seeing that we don't need the battery, we just want to be able to keep this mechanism of the on and off. All we really need is this here, and we need this here. If you know anything about electrical, your hot wire is usually black. A neutral wire, as some people call it, is usually white. So because we don't need this housing, but we need this part of it because that's how it screws in there, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all of this. We're going to take this part and cut a hole in it so the new cables, new wires can go in there, and we don't need all this excess. Earlier we talked about the cable. You see this one is black and this one looks to be black also, but if you turn it, you'll see that there's lines in the cable. You see those white lines? Usually those white lines is what identify which one is the hot cable. So if I was to put these on wrong, these lights won't come on. So I'm gonna put the hot on the, and now you get nothing. Because the way it's configured in here is only gonna work if it's connected the proper way. Now if I switch them and put them on the right way, there they are, the lights come on. So it's important that you understand the color codes of electrical. There are so many ways you can do this. Whatever technique works for you, that's what you do. Now it's time to plug it up for the final time and see what happens. Turn it on. There we go. No more batteries. This is going to battery heaven. Hey, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe so you can see future DIY projects here with Ku Dot Design. Let's go.